Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. We are here to get into some Big Brother updates, talk about our fantasy teams, the status of our teams, how we feel about it. Of course, you see Misha sitting right here next to me. This is my best friend, all the way back Alabama State, 1997. Woo, woo.
Uh-oh.
And she does not watch Big Brother, but she is just here to shit talk. If it's something she wants to shit talk about, really just to support myself and Charles. And you have been asking, where is Charles? When is he coming back? You all know Charles is currently in the audition process for Survivor 45, so he can't talk that much shit online, especially CBS shit talking, because he wants to be on the show. So that's why he hasn't been as vocal with me as much throughout these seasons. But hopefully, prayerfully, Charles gets on 45, and then we
Mhm.
can have some real inside Survivor tea one day.
Right.
Let me tell you, I used to watch Survivor, but if you get on, I'm gonna watch it.
Yes. I gotta if I get on, I gotta get all the black people to watch the season I'm on
Period.
because
Period.
we gotta rep to the temp.
Yes, yes, and we gotta support each other. Got you.
It, she'll watch. We're gonna have watch parties if Charles
Period. Because
survives.
we always talk about it. If I once I get on one of these shows, as soon as I step on that sand, I'm going to win. I'm not just gonna get on the show. I'm not an
You're there
Alyssa.
to play.
Right.
Yes,
I'm because I need the money. I'm here for the money, the coin. The coin is why I'm there. So
Exactly.
now, if you all haven't known, it's been a while, but Charles and I, at the beginning of every season, we pick a fantasy team for shits and giggles, no money or nothing on the line, just bragging rights amongst friends. And we're here to just check in on our fantasy players, a little bit of news and gossip that we've seen on the feeds, our 2 cent, and how do we feel about our fantasy teams as of right.
finally, right.
Let's just jump into it. Let me go through who's on my team that's left, and then we'll go through who's on Charles' teams that's left, and then we'll start with who do we think our front runners are as of right now in the game.
Let's do it.
So I have Taylor, Monty, Alyssa, Michael, Indy, and Terrence left. And I feel like my team is fucked. But who do you think wants Charles?
But you have more people than me left. That's the big part. There's 11 people left. You got 6. I have 5. So that's a good sign. I
Mm,
have Turner. I have Joseph, Jasmine, Brittany, and Kyle. Those are my 5.
so you really have 4 people left because Jasmine ain't winning.
Jazz.
April ain't about to do nothing.
I don't. I don't think Jasmine will win, but she might get to the final 3, so I might be able to hold her for a little while. We'll never know. We'll see.
I don't know. Um, our front runners. So let's talk about who do we think has the best position in the game. You said you wanted to do top 3.
We could. I feel like we both have. There's like a clear 3 versus 3 on here right now.
Mm,
You don't think so? So who from your team? I want to hear from your mouth. Who from your team do you think?
record a little bit. It's a little bit staticky. Your microphone.
Can you hear me? Oh, I took the mic out. I'm just talking to the iPad.
Oh, it sounds like static, but I guess we can get through it. I feel confident in.
You want me to jump out and jump back in? I have to do that real quick.
You want to? Yeah, try that.
Okay.
Taylor needs to win an HOH so she can get into the power. The problem with that is they aren't telling Taylor everything she needs to know to be useful, her power to be useful. And I can't stand that she won't put Jasmine's ass on the block. Taylor and Joseph is good final 2 if they can make it to the end.
Hello.
That sounds so much better.
Okay, good.
Okay. So let's go top player versus top player. Right now, who's your top player?
I just asked you. My top player on my team, I think, is Turner. I think Turner on my team has the most potential to slide under the radar, but win a competition at the end. So, yeah. What about you? Who's your MVP?
Because I can see the different slips and slides. I'm gonna say I'm gonna give it to Monty because Monty is throwing competitions and he has to stop. If Monty stops throwing competitions, I can see him going further in the game. So let's do Turner versus Monty. I would still give it to Turner.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I think the two front runners are on my team. No shade.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think we have Turner and Joseph. I think, to
Yeah,
me, they would be my final two.
they're the front runners of the game. People aren't really
Thinking about it.
worried about them because, like, I would be like, oh, Michael could be a front runner, but Michael has 5 competition wins and he's going to be a target, if not next week.
Right.
Michael could be a huge target. Taylor, everyone loves Taylor, but
Who? Oh, y'all love Taylor.
Twitter world,
Twitter loves
I
Taylor.
love Taylor. Taylor is a clear America's favorite player, but she doesn't have enough information in the game to make successful game moves to get to the end. Because if she thinks she gonna get to the end with not Brittany, but Jasmine and Terrence, and she want the black people to stick together, girl, you got it all wrong. Jasmine and Terrence will put you on the block next week.
See, this is why I wish you watched the episode.
I didn't
Because,
watch.
huh?
I didn't watch.
Yes. Well, because y'all was on live. I jumped in afterwards.
Yes.
But a lot of the hoopla that everybody's talking about, she's disguising herself as working with the other side of the house. She doesn't really want to backdoor Monty. The house that she's making, the girls that bullied her, like Indy, Alyssa, Jasmine, she's making them think that, oh, we're going to backdoor Monty, but she's not. That's not really the plan. Her whole alliance, the leftovers, they know that they're making a whole scene about that being the plan, but it's really not the plan. So,
But my issue is I wouldn't even try to play Kate to them like, bitch, you going on the block. I don't like you. You don't like me. And see, that's just maybe
right.
me. I don't know how to be fake.
But they're in jury now, so you have to think about jury management.
You do.
If you cuss out 4 bitches on that side, that's 4 votes. That 4 votes make a huge difference at the end that you're not going to get.
Charles, this is why I don't think Taylor is a front runner on my team, because even if Taylor could kiss everybody's ass right now in that house that'll be in the jury, a good 75% of them people aren't voting for her, period. Jasmine will never vote for her. Indy will never. Terrence will never. Alyssa will never.
Right. Well,
That's
I don't know.
4 votes that will never vote for her, period. So why be nice? Why be fake?
Well, maybe if she's sitting. Okay, let's think about it. Let's think of a scenario where Taylor wins the game. I think Taylor could win in one scenario only. If she's sitting on the block, well, actually 2 scenarios. I feel like if she's sitting on the block beside Terrence at the end, final 2 with Terrence, or final 2 with Brittany, Taylor will win sitting beside those 2 because they are perceived as like floating, weak, not really gaming players.
You don't think she could win against Jasmine?
I don't think Jasmine will get to the final 2. So I think Terrence has a better chance of getting to the final 2 than Jasmine.
Let's catch Misha up a little bit. Taylor is the dark and beautiful beauty queen of Big Brother 24. When she first entered the house, she hit a beauty queen strut and all the women were like, fuck that bitch. She thinks she all that. We don't like her. She was bullied. The black people, to me, bullied her the worst. They called her bitches, whores, and production kind of stepped in and stopped the bullying. She became a part of an alliance called the Leftovers. but these bitches still don't like her. Like Jasmine says, Jasmine's insecurity, like Taylor just said, you all could wear my dresses if I leave the house. And Jasmine is what, maybe a size 14? She ain't even that fat. And Jasmine was like, oh, she called me fat because she said I could wear her dress and she know I can't wear her dress. And so a lot of people in their own way feel that Taylor is doing things to them, but she's just being pretty. So they hate her. So to me, I feel like give these people your middle finger. They didn't gave it to you. Sit their asses on the block. But Taylor feels like, oh, because we're black, she doesn't want to be the black person putting another black person on the block. But Jasmine put her ass on the block. But how do you feel about that? That's like the cliff notes.
And so Taylor's black and Jasmine's black?
Yeah, but Jasmine is mixed and Taylor is dark-skinned black.
So there's colorism in the show?
There's a lot of colorism in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally just a reflection of everyday life.
Of everyday life.
These are just random people that have to live together. Jasmine was a part of the main clique that was bullying Taylor. But now Taylor, the dark-skinned girl, has power in the house. And she's like refusing to put Jasmine on the block for elimination because she's black. But even Turner says it to her, like, she wouldn't do this for you. Like, why are you trying
to put her on the block? Can we?
But Taylor is not. She's not very smart.
She's too nice in the beauty.
No, not just nice. When you watch this episode, you will know that she's ditzy, because they go through her strategic planning, and it's literally like bozo. Like you can see a tornado on top of her head because she doesn't know what she's doing. She thinks in her mind
she doesn't have the correct information.
She's ditzy. She's ditzy.
So there's nobody in her corner?
It's a bunch of people in her corner now.
Playing in her face.
Well, now because she has power.
Well, no, she's in an alliance, but I feel like she's at the bottom of the alliance. Like it's 7 people. She's number 7. So she's easily expendable to a lot of people that are supposed to have her back. To me, that's my opinion.
But you said she had power, so she has power now,
she
correct?
Has power
right now, as we're speaking, she is the head of household. So she has the power to pick any 2 people to put on that block.
Yeah.
And she thinks, because she says it out her own mouth in this episode, she thinks that when Jasmine put her on the block, Jasmine was using her as a pawn. When Jasmine was literally one of the main people bullying her in the house. So she can't even identify when people are bullying her. She's like, are they joking? What's going on? Oh my God, I don't know, you guys. Like everybody notices that she's
being bullied. They can cuss her out and she'd be like, are you serious?
But she doesn't even see that she's being bullied herself. She's really touched somewhere up in here.
I don't want to say she's touched. I think she's just
touched.
One of those people who finds the positive in everything. And most of the bullying happened behind her back. I think it was only 1 or 2 situations where people actually came to her in her face. And that was Nicole and Daniel. Everyone else just talked about her behind her back.
Yeah, but no, the Paloma and Jasmine versus her situation, to me, there's so many clips of Jasmine just like looking at her disgusted and Taylor would bring her ice for her ankle. She was there's a thing about energy that I feel like Black people just have. Like we can feel somebody's energy when we're around them. And Taylor does not have that. Taylor is very obtuse, just to like, oh my God, really? You don't like me? I didn't know. Like, and it's.
But have they really sat her down? But see, they can't sit her down and tell her everything everybody has done in the house, like said about her, because they all partaked in some way. Like
production literally stepped in.
Right.
To talk about microaggressions towards her. And she didn't see that as people talking about me. What do you mean?
It was a lot of racism. A lot of the white people and some of the Black people are like, oh, if we put her on the block, she's going to be aggressive. She's going to be angry. It was a lot of microaggressions in the house as well. But Charles, Misha don't know what we talking about. So
No, like I got it because if when they put me power over the house, Jasmine would have been she would have went and automatically got her stuff because she would have already known.
but Jasmine, it's Jasmine's birthday one day
I
this
wouldn't
week.
care.
But that was
Right. See, that stuff does not matter.
nobody
That
put me
stuff
on the
doesn't
block
matter.
for my birthday.
And then-
Nobody
Nobody
give
cares.
me a punishment, ugly costume for my
And then
birthday.
now that Taylor is the HOH, when you watch the episode, I don't want you fast forwarding. Miss Fast Forward over there.
You know,
I want you to watch the episode because you will see that Taylor is so like she's talking about the people she wants to put on the block, and she's talking about the people in her own alliance. Like, well, maybe if I want to get Terrence out, I could put
Joseph
you,
on the-
Monty, and you Turner up there. Cool, that's gonna work. And they're like, we're in the same alliance. We're not gonna have the votes. What if somebody gets stuck up there? And she's like, oh, really? What? Like she literally through this episode, you will see her trying to figure this game out, and she's just
Because the end goal is to win money, correct?
$700,000.
yes.
Oh, see, they
That's
playing.
a lot of money.
It
A
sure
lot.
is. And she's playing. Evidently, she don't need it. And she got enough pageant money, but she don't need it because she not sound like she ain't playing the game right.
She didn't win the pageant. She was Miss Congenial.
Yeah, she ain't win. But that's what when me and my mom were watching, I was wondering like, where is Taylor from? What are her parents like? What was her upbringing like? Because
her mother had a really big time job. I want to say
that's what I'm saying. She might come from money. So
she comes from money. Yes.
Yeah.
And then when she comes from money, that means she ain't been around a whole bunch of.
Well.
Yeah. So the like colorism and all that stuff, I don't even know if she really understood it. I don't know if production had to tell her, girl, well, this is why we stepped in. This is why we brought it up. Because in the DR, the diary room segments, she says colorism out her mouth, but it's like,
do she really know what it means?
Do you even really understand what that means?
Mm-hmm.
Now that we're talking about it, I didn't want to be the one to say it, but when they had that whole colorism moment on Big Brother, that was episodes ago, and Taylor had that moment in the DR to explain what colorism was, it did sound like a script.
The producers were telling her what to say.
I don't think Taylor has the information to know that people in this house are being colorist against her, racist against her, just straight up mean, like calling her bitches and whores. I don't think she has that information, but you can tell production's fingers are in this game. But enough about Taylor. Who did she nominate? She nominated Indy and Terrence at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you think would be best for her game to go home?
Well, her target is Terrence. She says that in the episode. She says it in the confessional. My eye is on him. She wants Terrence out of the game. That's her target.
Terrence deserves to be out of the game for all the things he's done to Taylor as a black man from Southside Chicago that drives a bus.
And he's
Southside Chicago.
I think he's in his 40s, so he should know
he's
better.
In his 40s. You might even know him from back in the day.
He should know better than to call her a bitch and all this.
He called her a bitch. He called her a whore. He told the mixed girl, "You're more of a sister than her. She not a sister. You a sister." And the mixed girl don't even think she black because she loves to say, "I was born with blonde hair and blue eyes."
She don't know either. See, I can't watch Big Brother because y'all see it's upsetting me.
Right. So, as a man from Southside Chicago, what do you feel about that?
She ain't no man.
He's not a man, but like,
no, I'm saying your friend. She's not. You said as a man, what do you think?
Right, you're not. But as someone from Southside Chicago, what do you feel about a black man? Because I had a whole live about black men don't protect black women. This sounds like that scenario, and it's sad. And he has a black wife. Like, he's the most vocal in the hatred. Like, she's a bitch. He let another white man.
He said she was on the stroll, didn't he?
Right. He let.
So is he playing a game? Like, is he doing this to like because everybody else don't like Taylor. Like it's hard for me to
No.
gas because I'm watching, but this is his true. Is he playing a
That's
game?
what he really thinks of her.
That's what he
Mind
really
you,
thinks of
That's
her.
what he really thinks of her.
And I think that's sad. I think that's very, very sad. And
because he was with the people that were really bullying her heavy. He was down with them. Mind you, they were all not black.
Well, not identifying as
and
black.
what's that saying? We say not all black folks are good folks.
No.
So
all skin folk ain't kin folk, baby.
That's it. That's the saying.
Right. I agree. No one is genuine with Taylor in that game. Not even Michael, not even Turner. Everyone wants her as a number, and as soon as they don't need her anymore, they will dump her. So I don't trust anybody in the game with Taylor.
Somebody dog out there is going at it.
They said in the past 3 weeks, putting up your alliance as pawns. I guess that was the strategy where they always had a pawn on the block, but Koki, they were in the festy besties scenario. We ain't gotta be festy besties no more. Put up 2 targets.
It's an individual game, yeah.
Right. I hope so, but let's talk about the news and gossip in the house. Or you want to talk about the strategy? Because I want to know what you feel about Kyle and Alyssa.
Let's talk about all of it. So
Okay.
we already go through the target thing. So she's targeting Terrence.
She's targeting Terrence.
Think she'll get Terrence out this week?
I don't know, because her plan at one point was whoever wins the veto, take Terrence down and put Joseph up, because she wants to look heartbroken and dramatic because they're doing some kind of faux showmance. And when he gets saved, she wants to have this dramatic moment of relief, like, oh, my lover is safe.
But see, Angie, even with you saying it out your lips, didn't you feel crazy saying that?
But
didn't you feel like you needed a red nose and some white makeup saying that?
Mm-hmm.
She is bold. She is something up there is not right with her. She wants to put her allies up for elimination for a moment in time. She is crazy.
They say she from Michigan, so well, she definitely don't sound like she from Detroit. Ain't no way.
It's Michigan. It might not be Detroit, but I heard that plan is no longer the case because Kyle
won veto. Mm-hmm.
And he does not want to risk Alyssa going on the block. And I believe Monty and a few people kind of told her that was a dumb idea. So I think
you'll see every idea she had, everybody told her it was dumb because she has all dumb ideas. Everything she says is dumb.
This week to me is easy. It's 4 people in that house that's not in the leftovers. Why are we making it hard? Just pick from the 4. You can't go wrong if you get out one of the
this. If I was in alliance with Taylor, this is where I would lose trust in her, because you can tell heavy-handedly that she's trying to save jury votes by promising the girls safety and promising her alliance safety. She's promising everybody safety right now. And if I'm in your alliance and I'm not your priority, you talk about putting me up there to do a show, I don't trust you anymore. You're not going to play with my game. You're not going to do that.
Let's talk about that, because that was a Twitter discussion that Taylor wants to save everybody. And she also doesn't want to be a black person to get out another black person, which doesn't make sense.
Black
woman. Okay. It doesn't make sense because the black woman she's trying to save hates her the most in the house.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think her going around telling the leftovers that she refuses to put up Jasmine really hurt her position in the leftovers? For me, Taylor was already number 7 already, so you can't get no lower than 7 out of 7. So
do you really think she was number? What makes you think she was she was below Brittany, below Kyle?
The alliance was made out of pity, and I honestly feel like production pushed this alliance.
Oh, I agree with that. Yeah.
So I don't think anybody, because nobody, the moment, if you really gave a fuck about Taylor, the moment this grown ass man came in her face like this, and was like, don't talk to me no more on finale night. You ain't shit for this. You ain't shit for that. The moment that grown ass man got in her face like this and nobody said nothing, that tells me, you can't tell me, 24 hours later, I really like Taylor. If you really liked her, you would have stood up for her in that moment and you would have checked Daniel. So them people don't give a fuck about Taylor. No way.
I agree.
They wanted the number. They wanted the majority of the house, and that's what they got. And I really feel like after this week, Taylor is expendable. Now, I feel like things might change when we get to the Kyle and Alyssa situation. But before we get to that situation, I don't think they care about Taylor.
I agree. Let's talk about that, the creation of this alliance.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, because this alliance came about after the feeds were cut and we talked to them about microaggressions.
Mm-hmm.
And then the people in the house came back like, oh my God, I love Taylor. I would never bully her. Let's work together. You can tell from their confessionals in the diary room, they're very calculated. They're being told what to say to be perceived as not racist, as not problematic. Especially Michael. To me, everybody loves Michael, but to me, Michael is the most him and Jasmine are the two most performative people in the house. Every time Michael gets in that diary room, he's talking about his love for he's been doing it for a while, his love for Taylor and how he's sticking his neck out there and fighting for her. But literally another man was in her face and you did nothing about it.
Everyone stood there. This man was in her face like this. I'm like, you not shit. Well, they weren't cursing, but I'm telling you how
but
it was still a man. It was a 6'3" man.
But Michael is Caucasian, correct?
Yes.
And the man that was in her face was black, correct?
Was Caucasian as well.
No, he was
Asian. Isn't Daniel Asian?
He looked white, but whatever.
He a white Asian person. White Asian.
Okay.
But it was a black person it was a black man in the room, but I didn't expect Terrence to do shit. Joseph was in the room when Daniel was in her face, and they supposed to be in a fomance, supposed to be loving each other. It ain't no way I got no love for no man, and you let another man confront me in that manner.
A fomance? What's a fomance?
Fake romance.
Fake romance.
Yeah. But I think they actually have.
That's what the word on the curb is. They really do have feelings.
They really do want to get in that bathtub, in that bathroom.
I cannot have feelings for a man that will stand 3 feet from me and let another man go off in my face 6 inches from my face. I ain't got no feelings for you. I can't bring myself to have feelings for you.
On the episode, she just said she wanted unlimited time in a room alone with Joseph. I said,
how about Jasmine keeps showing Joseph body parts and she married?
Wait, what?
See, you not on Twitter, Charles. You not on Twitter. I'm gonna have to send you.
I can't be on Twitter right now.
I know, but there's screenshots of Jasmine. Apparently, Jasmine has a birthmark close to her vagina on her inner thigh, and she has
wide open
spread eagle in Joseph's face, spreading open her vagina, pointing to the birthmark. And Joseph is looking like. And then there's another clip where Jasmine says she has a backache. So she gets up. Their beds are next to each other, Joseph and Jasmine. And you know how close them beds are. Mm-hmm. She gets up by the pillow portion of the bed where, Joseph is laying on his pillow and does the downward dog in Joseph's face, acting like she's stretching out her back. And I'm like, ma'am, you're married. Why are you showing this man who does not want you your private parts every chance you can get?
This is the light-skinned country girl. She's so fake. Like, she puts on this deep southern accent talking about fried chicken and the pie is going to happen. That's how she talks on camera.
Julie, you look good like an apple pie. Julie, you look like air fried chicken wings.
That's how they have her talking. I'm like, it's so cool.
But she don't want people to call her fat.
It's so bad. It's so.
She don't want people to call her fat, but she always talking about food. She went on a whole tirade because somebody ate half of a blueberry muffin.
But let me tell you though, Jasmine, if I think anybody knows a lot in the house, Jasmine is very aware. Her and Joseph. Joseph knows everything that's going on in the house. And then you'll see on the episode, every time somebody's in the room talking alone, Miss Jasmine, she pops her head in. Jasmine is very aware who's in rooms talking to who. Yeah, so I don't know if she will do anything with that information or she's just going to float.
Let's talk about Jasmine for a second. Do you think she's milking this ankle injury
Oh, definitely.
as a way of staying off the block? Like, oh, my ankle hurt. I'm not a threat. So,
Yeah, and I think if she does get to the end, she's going to use that in her speech. I've tricked all you guys. I act like I was hurt, and look, I'm right here.
and she definitely wouldn't get no votes. I would really hate her if she was like, I faked that ankle injury all this time to get to the end. No, girl, you already not getting no votes. Period. Now you really not gonna get a vote. I hate Jasmine the most. Like, I hate her.
She does.
Hate her. Like, if I see
I'm
her,
not
I
that
would probably
emotionally
throw a
invested
drink
in none of
in her
these
face.
people.
No, I hate Jasmine. I really do. And Terrence. Like, I don't like anti-black people
Black people.
Definitely, I don't either. I
and then
definitely
want to
don't.
be, oh, now I'm black, don't put me on the block. No, bitch. And then Monty, as I forgot Monty was Afro Latino.
He talks a lot about being black too now.
He's
How
black
do you
now,
feel?
but
I
in the
want to hear how
beginning
you
he was
feel about
Afro
Taylor.
Latino.
How you
How
feel
what?
about Taylor telling the leftovers that she won't go against black women?
I
How
think
do you
that
feel
was
about
a huge mistake because you already have Kyle wanting an all-white alliance, scared of a cookout 2.0. That's
Mhm.
dumb. You just gave Kyle ammunition, but I feel like Kyle just shot himself in the foot as well. But it's certain things you should keep to yourself in Big Brother. You don't tell your alliance everything.
You
Like,
don't.
you could have easily, if you don't want to go after the black people, you could have put up Andy and Alyssa and left it alone.
And who calls themselves the leftovers? I got to watch.
That's
'cause
just
y'all
the
look
name.
at-
You know, they have cute and crazy alliance names every season.
They're supposed to be like the outsiders, the underdogs, but they're really not. It's like four
The
jocks.
strongest men in the house are in
Right.
the
Like,
leftovers. Like, how are you
the-
the outsiders?
It's like the muscle men and a couple
Right.
chicks and the gay guy. Whoa, like y'all are not leftovers.
Not at all. But can we talk about Kyle and Alyssa now? Because I want to hear your
Let's talk.
opinion on the gossip.
And I want to talk about the slip up that happened on the show today.
Ooh, what happened on the show today?
Go ahead and talk about the gossip first. Let's talk about it. See, honey.
Okay, the gossip. It ain't even gossip. It's true. I ain't even got to say allegedly because they admitted the shit on camera. Kyle and Alyssa had sex in the have not room. Now the have not room
On
is
the floaties?
on the floaties. It's the most uncomfortable room in the house. It's meant to be uncomfortable. There's no beds in there. The only thing in there is flotation devices.
Pool, blow up, pool.
Blow ups, not even the size as a blow up mattress, like this thick, something you would put in the pool and lay on in the pool.
Yeah, like pool toys type stuff.
My opinion on this, if you wanted to have sex on camera, you should have just created an OnlyFans and not waste my time on Big Brother. Why would you want to come to a place where the house has hundreds of cameras, hundreds of microphones, 24/7, and have sex?
But
And
did they say what kind of sex it was? Was it just
word on the Twitter curb is Alyssa was on her period when she had it. She admitted it. On floaties,
No,
there
because
ain't no blankets, no sheets, no towels, none of that.
This is gonna be real fishy in there. Now, with
You can make me sleep in there after that.
the reason why I asked what kind of
floaty.
sex, if they verified, because there have been a lot of like hand things in the house, a lot of in the shower, mouth action with the girls and the guys, like from Jackson's season, Jackson, the big guy in the shower. But was it full blown? Like they was intercoursing?
I can only tell you what they said. Alyssa admitted to, I believe, Turner that they had sex in the have not room. And then Turner said, I know you had sex with Alyssa in the have not room. I'm not mad at you. You know, he did the whole you go boy type of thing. And then Kyle shook his head like, yeah, it happened. And now apparently today, Turner is running around the house telling everybody that Kyle and Alyssa had sex. So to me, they just fucked themselves in the game because you can't have two sexually, the cheap wine done kicked in. You can't have two people that are currently having sex in the house. That is an automatic bond, 2 votes. You can't. He's no longer a leftover now that he's fucking Alyssa. He's not going to go against any plan to get her out of the house. So now you got to put Kyle and Alyssa on the block, and whoever go home, go home.
Yeah, but they're not gonna do that.
Why?
They not. I don't even putting Kyle up. I don't even think that's on anybody's front of mind.
If they were smart, they would get rid of Kyle and put Taylor in that spot.
But she can't even make a decision on who to put on the block.
You can control
Taylor. When I tell you, Taylor don't know her left from her right. I'm telling you, she don't.
You can control Taylor. You could manipulate her to get her to put up who needs to be put it up. But you can't control a Kyle who's sleeping with somebody in the house.
And Kyle is throwing competitions. So once Kyle decides that he wants to start winning, they're gonna be in trouble because he's gonna pick Alyssa over them. He's already been saying.
That's what I'm saying. They have to go on the block now. You got to put them up.
I agree. But this reminds me of your favorite Big Brother couple, because Bailey definitely got pregnant in the Big Brother house. So somebody else was screwing.
Look, that's Swaggy and Bailey timeline, and I ain't saying it couldn't happen, but Swaggy went home week 2. How you done had time to get in the house, get pregnant, and have a miscarriage in 14 days? I'm not saying it can't happen, it can, but most people don't even know they missed their period in 14 days. But I'm gonna leave Swaggy and Bailey alone. They getting ready to have a beautiful little girl any day now.
That just means they got it in early.
Day 1 had to be. Night 1, they was fucking. You have to be. It's no way you know you pregnant and had a miscarriage and your man go home week 2.
I don't think she have the miscarriage while he was still there?
Yes.
Because she stayed out here. I don't know.
Look, I don't know when it happened or what happened, but they made it seem like they were so distraught because she had a look.
They was screwing early. They was screwing.
It had to be.
As soon as they got in the house, she was pregnant.
Maybe in sequester, they saw each other, and I don't know. The time, Misha, how long before you knew you was pregnant?
The math ain't
How long? How many months?
So when was they screwing? That's the question.
How many months before you knew you was pregnant, or weeks?
The first one, probably about 2 months. My second one, it was like real faint. Actually, he was a big surprise. That second one was a big surprise. It was, but that first one probably a couple of months.
Bailey stayed longer than he did, so I don't. Maybe the miscarriage didn't happen when he was still there.
They made it seem like it did, like it was some big to do. I don't know. I don't care. That's y'all business. That's y'all story to tell. Like I said. Congratulations. I love Bailey and Swaggy, so I don't want to sound
That's
shady.
Your favorite That's why
they're getting ready to have a beautiful baby girl now. But all I have to say, like Misha said, that math wasn't mathing for me. But
so let me tell you about the slip up. So tonight on the episode, we know that Daniel went to Alyssa before he left and told her, right, I said them smells in that room. What was I saying? You know, Daniel went to Alyssa telling her that your boyfriend Kyle really didn't, before he left, Daniel told her Kyle really didn't want to take you off the block. Like, it was me that wanted to take the change the noms. So she went to Kyle, as we saw in this episode, and was like, Daniel told me that you weren't going to save me. You were going to keep the noms the same. And Kyle was like, yeah, I was. Wait. And then he started backpedaling and changing his story. Like, no, I was going to say, I was going to change, like literally in front of her, admitted to wanting to keep it the same, and then changed his story, fumbled. And then 3 minutes later in the DR, you see her like, oh my gosh, he just confirmed he like loves me. Like, he wasn't going to. She is so ditzy. It's just, she's not there to play Big Brother. Like, this episode confirms that. She's not there to play. Yeah, this is like a dating show for them.
Look, I can't stand these people. I only really like Taylor in the house. Word on the Twitter curb. I love my Twitter curbs. The only thing, because veto is coming up soon. Because we already know who won the veto, but the veto ceremony is coming up soon. And we know that since Taylor and Joseph are now tethered together from the punishment of the veto competition, that put Joseph up plan is no longer going to happen. So the plan is, if veto was used, that Alyssa would go on the block. So they're saying Alyssa, now this allegedly, where my alleged sign at? Because I ain't in the house. I don't know this 100% for sure. But allegedly, Alyssa had sex with Kyle to confirm that he does not use the veto and keep the nominations the same. So she said, let me go ahead and give him a little bit, so to make sure I stay off the block. Now that's allegedly. What you think about that?
I don't think so. I don't think she's that strategic. I don't think she even knows. I don't think she even knows her cat got power.
Does it?
I think every woman think they cat got some power, but that ain't mine to judge.
No, not every woman.
I don't think she's. I don't think so. I think, like, when you watch the episode, you'll see that the game moves that she should have noticed about the lie there, it didn't register. It didn't register to her. So she's not in game mode. She's like, oh my God, we're in a relationship.
That's why I put both of their asses on the block and send them home, because we can't have this whole sexual relationship and going against the no. Go ahead and break that up.
Yeah, now, but if Joseph and Taylor was sleeping together, y'all would be for it.
I'm not for Joseph and Taylor getting together. I'm not for, like, I'm one of the rare people that hate showmances. I feel like if I was playing Big Brother, as soon as I see a showmance, they going on the block. Because we can't have this whole, because that is a locked
two votes. Mm-hmm.
As soon as I see a showmance, they got to go on the block. So to me, even if I see Taylor and Joseph, okay, now y'all got to go on the block. And they just looking for a reason to put Taylor and Joseph on the block anyway. So I definitely wouldn't be in the showmance.
So y'all answer this for me. Taylor is in an alliance of 7. So it's her and 6 other people. When do you think it would be time for them to strike their group?
Next week, when they do this whole split house thing. Well, no. Next week, they need to keep their numbers strong, because that's all you got with this split house. But after we do this whole double eviction, it's time to get Michael the fuck out.
Yeah, Michael got to go, but he's winning too many competitions. That's why I think he's gonna go before Kyle. I think once they get Alyssa out, they'll feel like, okay, Kyle is back. We got our boy back. That's what they're gonna have.
What do you think about this new twist come Thursday? Do you like it, or you think it's a setup from production?
I think it'll be interesting to see, because I feel like it'll make the episode maybe go by faster, like feel like it's going faster, because it'll be like 2 games at once type thing. And I don't really understand how it would be a setup, because who could they set up? There's no like, to me, there's no like mastermind of the game to be like, oh, they're gonna get them out. Like,
I don't think there's a mastermind yet either, but I'm interested how this is going to go. Is there going to be a competition, and how you fall or waver in the competition determines which house you go into? Or is this production, y'all go over here, y'all go over here? Because if it's production driven, I don't trust it. But if it's some kind of competition where, okay, I landed on this, I landed on that, then it'll be more random, and I'm interested to see how it plays out.
yeah, random. I think random is more interesting, but I do think they don't. I don't think they want the leftovers to dominate, because the leftovers have right now just been knocking people out, and that's going to be boring. If we have to wait 4 more weeks to the game to start, it's going to be like, okay, this is whack. We need to. So
I agree,
so
but
there might be a team.
win a competition. Jasmine ain't winning nothing. Terrence isn't winning anything.
Well, it depends on what it is, because all these comps are not going to be physical. Some of them is going to be counting and buttons and.
Terrence not winning anything.
Oh no, Terrence ain't. I think Jasmine could win a button pressing competition. I think Alyssa might. I don't know. I don't know how smart she is.
If it's the button pressing mental comp, I can see a leftover winning that. Like Michael's gonna dominate that. Maybe a Brittany, maybe a Turner.
Yeah,
maybe
but that's the thing. I think with this split, one of those houses, one of those halves is going to be all leftovers. So it's going to force them to kick one of the leftovers out.
After this week, how many is left? 12?
After this week, it's 10 left.
So it'll be 5 and 5. Yeah, one house will be all leftovers. My fear is one house would be, let's say Terrence goes, it'll be Jasmine, Indy, Alyssa, Taylor, and Joseph. Taylor's gone.
I don't think so, because Indy has a crush on Joseph, and he's going to make her. Them four, Alyssa, Indy, Joseph, and Taylor, will vote whoever that fifth person is out.
Jasmine?
Yeah, that's when Jasmine would leave, because Indy and Alyssa are going to vote together, and then Taylor and Joseph are going to vote together. But they're going to get Indy to vote with Joseph, because Indy likes Joseph.
Now let's say there is a house with all leftovers. Let's say Kyle.
They're going to make that happen. Mm-hmm.
Kyle, Michael, Brittany, Monty, Turner. Who goes home out of them?
Michael.
If Michael doesn't win HOH, Michael's gone.
Yeah, that's Michael. It's either Michael or Monty. Both people on your team, but one of them gotta go.
I don't have a lot of faith in my team. Like my front runners, you would think would be Monty, Michael, Taylor. I don't see any of them people making it to the end. Monty is already, his name is on too many lips. He has to stop throwing competitions to get there. But Monty to me has the best chance over a Taylor and a Michael, because Michael's target is just too huge.
I think if the production doesn't do an all leftovers group, it'll be all leftovers plus Alyssa. And then we'll have to see, it'll be like Kyle and Alyssa in the same house. So we'll have to see them tug at like, oh, it's going to be Kyle and Alyssa versus the other three, or, whatever.
And if the other house say it is Kyle and Alyssa and 3 other leftovers, and Kyle wins that HOH, you think he's putting Alyssa on the block? No.
For sure, yeah.
He can't. Because she's going home.
Is it going to be 2? Is both halves going to nominate 2 people? I don't know.
It's supposed to be 2 games, because it's a double eviction come the Thursday after that, where both houses are going to evict someone.
Right. So there's going to be 4 people nominated.
4 people nominated.
Okay. Well, yeah, he'll probably keep Alyssa off the block then, yeah.
A lot of game is going to be exposed next week. So next week, I'm really excited to see, because we're really going to see where cards lie.
That is true. That is true.
So, Charles, it's late and I haven't even eaten yet. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I might go to Cookout or something. Y'all got Cookout over there?
It's
Yeah, in Memphis.
Yeah,
anyway.
I might
It's
go
not
to
good.
It's not
The
good.
teenagers love it, but I didn't like it when I went.
I went to I didn't like
Cookout
it.
here in Raleigh is the bomb. Yeah. I might go get me some Cookout. Give me a Cookout tray. Cookout is always packed. When I tell you every day of the week, like every night, it's like a club out there at Cookout. Like they don't, like nobody go to sleep.
Y'all got an In-N-Out burger?
No.
I guess that's just out west. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just a Cali thing. And I heard In-N-Out is overrated anyway.
I heard it was too.
Stop playing.
You
I
went?
heard,
It's good. I went every day I was in California.
I heard it was overrated. When my favorite burgers are from Five Guys. I love me some Five Guys.
Love Five Guys.
Now, see, I think their burgers are overrated. Cause see,
What?
I love
They
Five
expensive.
and-
They expensive, but them shits is juicy. They the ones I get, they be good.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess we gotta wait and see what happened. I'm gonna go watch the episode. I'm really curious of what is gonna happen after this veto. Is it gonna be used or not?
I don't
So
think.
it's really,
I think it's
this
gonna be.
week could be boring. I'm fast forwarding anything that has to do with Jasmine's birthday. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh, they don't talk about that on this episode.
Okay. Well, come Wednesday, anything that has to do with Jasmine's birthday,
Yeah.
fast forward. I don't care.
I heard before we go. I heard that with Survivor 45, that there might be some returners for Survivor 45, if not all returners.
Well, then that means
right. So
you
but the thing with casting is they'll put you through casting, and sometimes last minute they will change the direction of the show and they'll cast. They're like, oh, let's do an all-stars. Let's do, yeah. But I heard that they might be trying to do some returners for 45. But I would love to play against some returners. To be honest, like being a new person playing against returners, especially if they're respected people, that throws you up in the legendary anyway. If you beat
what would be your strategy? You're working with them, or return players?
I ain't gonna tell that right. Well, I don't think they do.
You can't tell it. Tell it to me in the text.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. I don't want to play Survivor, so I could say we ain't gonna get my ass.
I want that Survivor money. I want that $1 million.
That million is nice, but I'm gonna go home first. I ain't gonna make it one night in the sand.
I went home on a plane.
Right. I ain't gonna play with myself.
Y'all can't go without eating for like 48 hours.
No,
no. I'm hungry right now, and I haven't ate since.
It's not even about the food. It's gonna be the bugs for me. I'm not
bugs laying in the sand.
It be raining hard sometimes.
I went camping one time. It's a no for me. Let me tell you, one of my first jobs was detasseling corn. By noon, my fat ass was on the bus. It was a no for me. No, sir. Not doing it. Yeah.
That's funny.
I'm not even gonna lie to myself. It's hot. Ain't no AC.
Shit, right. Mm-mm. Yeah, you know.
See, that's the thing too. I lived a very comfortable life. So my biggest hiccups would be not having the AC, not being clean. I'm like real big on like being clean. Take a shower. Right, showers, bathrooms, all that. And also like I've never gone 24 hours without eating. So I don't even know what my personality would be like if I'm hungry. So
pass out.
Ain't no coffee. Oh, I would be.
Ain't no coffee.
I would be a nightmare, bitch. They'd be like, get home
right
quickly.
Angie going home first.
They'd be like, good morning. Don't speak to me.
But that would be good for the show. That would be entertaining. I don't know. Have you noticed on Survivor, they don't ever show like the growing pains. They don't show that people are struggling.
The camp life.
They don't show that. But that would be good for real life. You know.
They should.
They have too many advantages. They trying to show us find 1 million still a vote, still a ask me idols phrases.
But that's my thing too. I don't know. As
Look, I want to tell Survivor this, because what did we just get off of 41 and 42? 43 in
40,
September.
43 and 44 are going to be the same format. But yeah.
But 43 is coming up in September.
Mm-hmm.
Please stop that journey to the mountain. That shit is a waste of 15 minutes. We don't give a damn about them going to that mountain and getting that extra vote or not. Please, if you don't take nothing else out of the game, stop the journey up and down that damn mountain. That's 15 minutes of camp life right there.
The things that I heard they took out are the sayings, the goats, Billy Goats, and da-da-da. They took that
Billy
out.
Goats, butterflies.
I heard they took out the changing time back, smashing the thing.
Yes, please take that out.
They took that out. They took out the 3 boxes. You remember when it was like pick a box and you'll survive. Fire.
Yeah. Because I believe Jeff be pointing to the box.
Yeah. Anyway. I heard those are the 3 things that they're taking out. I don't know what they're replacing them with, but yeah.
I kind of like the Ask Me Idol, but it needs to be because, see, Misha, if I be like, let me hold $20, even though the $20 not in your purse and it's in your bank, you can still give me $20, right?
Right.
Because so it's still yours.
Right, yeah. It's still your $20. Or even let's say you didn't gave Jeremiah $20 and said, hold it for me. If I say, Misha, let me hold $24, you can be like, Jeremiah, get Angie that 20. It ain't no such thing as it ain't mine because it ain't in my pocket. No, if I say, give me your idol. I don't care where it's at. I don't care if it's in the sand back at camp. Go dig it up and give it to me when we get back.
Right. That's like if you let your child hold your purse and somebody said, let me get your purse. It's still your purse. No matter if your child holding it, your husband holding it, it's still yours. Like, but I don't even know if I would be.
I don't know. It's too much sad stories. Everybody on Survivor has a sad story. That is life. I want to see the game.
Yeah.
The game.
But I don't know if I would be like a scavenger. Like, there are certain players that are always looking for idols and going through the trees and that. I don't think that's me. I think I would dominate socially and competitively. Like, I'm really good at puzzles and all that stuff. I danced for a living, so I'm athletic. But I don't know if I would be like out there every night looking for the idols. What that would be?
How they find that shit without a clue.
And that might be some tea too. I don't know if production would be like, okay, we've been out here for 45 minutes. Look over at that tree right there.
Right. We just gonna flash the light in the area. Go look.
It's we looking in the right direction.
Yeah, but okay, Charles. Thank you for coming.
Of course. Well, you'll just hit me up, text me, we'll talk. Thanks for having me.
And good luck.
I appreciate it. I will definitely, it depends on how the season go. Because, sometimes when you come off a show, if you hate it, you'd be like avoiding media. But I would definitely do a Kiss My Cheeks exclusive interview. And I'm spilling it all. I'm telling everything that happened on that.
I want to know it all, too. I want to know it all. And if I ever get on Big Brother, I'm going to do a Charles Warren exclusive interview. Yep. And I'm spilling it all. Hopefully I won't go home first.
Because you're going to be at home watching it with me. And it's going to be like, girl.
Well, she already said she can't be fake. So she's going to have to change something. She's going on Big Brother. Change something quickly.
I cannot be fake.
Because I don't know how Angie.
Hide it or something.
On Big Brother, they got to share the bathroom. They got to sleep in beds together. Them white people be in them beds with them shoes on. I don't know how Angie would do it.
No.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get in my bed. Look, once I wash my sheets for the week and I say this my bed, that's my bed. Don't climb in it. Don't do none of that stuff. Because some of them people in the house don't shower. And that's nasty. Sharing a bathroom, I don't know. Because, I'm a bathroom product person and I need my bathroom time. That would be hard.
It's all them men and women in them one shower, two little showers.
Right.
If
That
I'm
would
an
be
HOH on Big Brother, you're not coming in my room without me in there. Like, don't come in the HOH room unless I'm in here. Don't lay in my bed.
could be fake. I think I could be a little bit fake. I would let people come in my HOH room. Yeah.
No. I would be the HOH where they like, the rule is if I'm not in my, don't lay in my bed.
Don't lay in my bed. Yeah. I would agree with that. I think people would like me in Big Brother.
You think so?
If I can make it past week 1, I think I can make it to jury.
But you know, if you go on Big Brother, you're gonna be considered like an older contestant, and they always go after them at the beginning.
They usually go out in the first episode because week 1 is supposed to be the easy get out. If I can make it past week 1, I could make it.
Yeah, I think you should go on The Circle. That's what I think. But
that's punishment to me.
What is The Circle?
Where you in a room by yourself just chatting?
You're not in a room. You is in an apartment. It's a whole apartment.
You're in an apartment, but you there by yourself, and the only time you could talk to people is online.
Yeah, you should do good with that. I'm with you. Should, yeah.
It's a game where they like compete through a screen, like a TV screen. You talk to, you chat. She could do that. You ain't gotta do nothing crazy. They be funny games, throwing shade, talking shit.
I probably could do that because I like to talk shit online.
And she be on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I don't even know how she keep up. Do that, and then as long as she got some TV there and she got her phone, yeah, she can do that.
It's a whole apartment. Angie acting like it's a little room. You get a whole apartment to yourself.
So there ain't no TV in there though. You can't watch TV.
You can't watch TV or nothing.
You can't watch TV. No,
that would be hard for me.
You're supposed to be playing the game the whole time. I think. Like
yeah, that's gonna be hard for me.
Chatting.
I might try both of them. I'm gonna see, but we shall see. But I gotta go because Misha gotta get home and I gotta go eat my chicken wings that I cooked.
All right, buddy. Well, it's always great, and you ladies have a great night. You drive safe.
Thank you. Have a good night.
We will see y'all later. Me and Charles will check in another time on Big Brother and our fantasy team. But until then, I see y'all around for something. The little kids are gone, so I got a lot of videos to catch up on. See y'all later. Bye.